Und wir machen wieder direkt weiter mit eurem Kastellator und Star Trek und Next Generation Final Unity und sprechen mit dem zu dann. Also, aha.
I have examined the neuroscans of the injured watchers. The electrical energy within their neural pathways has decreased significantly. How could that have happened?
I don't know. During my evening rounds, I found them unconscious next to the Saltus reptile cage. I carried them outside the shelter and was going for help when the generators exploded.
When did you last see Dr. Hune Forsch?
I haven't seen her for some time. I've been busy recovering animals which escaped during the power outages. It's not easy work. The last time I saw her, I sent her to talk to Aramet.
Were you the one who found the carcass?
Yes. It died just before the outages, and I wanted her to test it.
Why did you not ask Consultant Idiot to test the carcass?
I don't trust him. Always drugging and borrowing animals for his experiments. In the interests of science, he says. I don't know how he could have approved that mistagging in the first place.
Do the Watcher's stunners set off the preserved surveillance system?
The system only detects signs of distress. Normal sleep does not raise an alarm. Likewise, stunners and neurotranquilizers also don't alert the system. Unlike Idia and Aramet, we prefer stunners. Chemical sedation can be harmful.
Consultant Idia mentioned that only Watchers can change the ID tags.
That's true, but the suppliers tag the animals first. We just match them up with the constable's shipping orders. Idia is responsible for verifying them.
Sehr verdächtig.
Is it true that the Watcher's requests for restricted species were rejected?
Only 4 species out of 112. Of course, we were upset at first, but once the preserve is completed, we can always try again.
Thank you for your time.
Watch your step now.
Idia persuaded the constable to use Aramet, and Idia is also capable of verifying mistagged species. And he had the neurotranquilizers to knock out Dr. Hune Forsch if she posed a threat to him.
Only stunners or drugs could disable someone without setting off the surveillance systems. Idia has a supply of neurotranquilizers.
Ja, mein Verdacht bestätigt sich. Der Idia war es. Und wie es war. Der war es auf jeden Fall. Der hat die arme Doktorin betäubt. Und wohin geschafft, wo sie ihm nicht gefährlich werden kann. Und dann noch diese falsch gekennzeichneten Tiere. Ja, mein Verdacht verdichtet sich. Es ist dieser Idia. Ich liebe dieses Spiel. Ich kann doch mal gucken, ob wir noch jemanden erreichen.
Open the channel to Consultant Idia.
Channels open.
Was er sagt.
I wish to ask you some questions.
Look, I'm in the middle of some very delicate research. Can't you find someone else to bother?
Oh, er lehnt ab.
Open a channel to Tiller Miveat.
Channels to Tiller are closed.
Okay, hier erreichen wir nichts mehr. Wir sollten mit Constable reden.
Constable, we have reason to believe that Consultant Idia smuggled rare species into the preserve through his friend Aramut.
Are you trying to pick up where Dr. Hunforsh left off? She accused nearly everyone else of the same thing.
Consultant Idia persuaded you to hire Aramut, and he knowingly verified mistagged animals. He also uses neurotranquilizers, which could have stunned Dr. Hunforsh without triggering your surveillance systems.
Idia's been nothing but trouble since he got here. This time he's gone too far. I'll send for him so we can settle this once and for all.
Please wait here until Constable Lixie returns.
Auch wenn der Vogel extrem nervig ist, aber er ist cool. Warten wir mal. Da ist er wieder.
Constable, we asked Consultant Idia to go to your office. He went to get some items, then suddenly beamed out. He seems to be gone.
He must have called Aramut for help. The Ferengi has a subspace transporter. See if you can find Dr. Hunforsh.
There's a woman here asleep with a gag over her mouth. Maybe she knows.
Ja, hier ist eine Frau mit einem Knebel im Mund. Vielleicht weiß sie mir. Das kann doch nur die Frau Doktorin sein.
That's her, you idiot. Wake her and send her here. And have a look around Idia's office while you're there. He might have left some evidence.
Selbst Constable nennt ihn Idioten, ne? Der Typ ist doch ein Idiot. Coole Kugel. Ah, da ist sie.
Have you captured Idia?
Wunderschön.
No. Unfortunately, he escaped with Aramut. This Federation team was sent to find you. Perhaps they can help.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Enterprise. We will apprehend Idia and Aramut.
Forget them. We have to recapture the Mistag Sultus. It's already killed dozens of animals and destroyed several containment field generators.
The creature must be captured. Constable, can we use the force field at the quarantine shelter?
The shelter force field will not help us. The creature escaped once, and it will escape again.
Perhaps we can rephase the force field energy frequencies. The creature may not be able to adapt quickly enough to the changes.
That might work. But the only place we can rephase the force field power is at the main power grid.
I will go to the main power grid and perform the necessary modifications.
Good. The power grid is on the other side of the preserve. Take one of the shuttles.
I hate to interrupt, but just how are we supposed to lure this creature back to the shelter?
Since the creature requires energy, we can attempt to channel all available energy into the shelter generators. The creature should be attracted to it.
We can't. We're using all our energy reserves to maintain the biotopes.
The harmonic collector is capable of emitting high-energy EM fields. We may be able to use it at the shelter.
Yes, that should do it. V, I'll send one of the Watchers with you to the shelter to help set it up. If we can get the field power rephased, we might get that thing under control. I'll stay and monitor the situation from here.
Eigene Sau. Will sie hier bleiben, ey. Okay, wir müssen zur Shuttle-Rampe. Oder Shuttle Bay, oder wie man es auch immer nennt. Und dieses Energiegitter bearbeiten. Ah, vielleicht kommen wir hier wirklich mal wieder raus. Die mich total nervt. Plump und weg. Das denn Netzwerk gehen?
This is the utilities distribution network. It controls the allocation of resources in the preserve, including electricity.
Kannst du es benutzen?
I do not believe that will...
Ah, das sieht nur schön aus. Cool wäre es gewesen. Erstmal gucken, was es
The
ist.
utility trunk controls the field energy distribution to the waveguide conduit networks.
Okay, nutz.
The energy fields are responding. Frequency phasing complete.
Yes.
Constable, has the harmonic collector been arranged?
Yes, but Dr. Hunforsch needs your help with the quarantine shelter. The only watchers I could find are needed to oversee the other biotopes.
We will be there.
Just one more thing. Zudan tells me those generators won't hold up for long, and we can't afford to send much power to the shelter right now. Many biotopes are already on reserve power only.
We will review the situation at the shelter when we arrive. Where will you be?
I'll be controlling electrical systems from my office. Then I have to call an emergency meeting of the Marassian Constabulary to explain just what's going on.
Ah, man hätte hieraus vielleicht ein ziemlich krasses Rätsel machen können. Vielleicht mit einem ultra hohen Schwierigkeitsgrad. Also, man noch nutzen können. Leute, Entwickler. Warum? Komme ich hier wieder raus? Wie komme ich hier wieder raus? Gar nicht. Okay, fangen wir mal an. Konsole 1 verwenden. Konsole 2 verwenden. Das Ding würde jede Frau glücklich machen. Konsole 3 verwenden.
I do not believe that will work.
Ah, das ist das Vieh. Vielleicht sollten wir erstmal aufmachen. Wäre vielleicht besser, ne? Schrubbel, 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 tot.
We did it. Now what took you so long to find me?
The investigation was actually quite short in duration. Apparently your absence was not keenly felt. Constable Lixie had attributed your absence to a field trip.
She was probably still upset that I accused her of smuggling. I suppose I should apologize to her, now that I know Idia was behind the whole thing.
How did Consultant Idia learn that you suspected him? Did you accuse him of smuggling as well?
I didn't confront him. I was just looking for information. But after I asked him about the Sultis, he must have panicked and decided to drug me. I should have suspected when he invited me to dinner. He hates to hear people talk while he eats.
It appears the Watchers knew nothing of Idia's scheme to smuggle rare animals into the preserve through Aramut.
They were the ones who brought the Mistag boar to my attention in the first place. They weren't smuggling anything.
Apparently, Consultant Idia underestimated this reptile's appetite for electrical energy.
That egotist, thinking he could get away with it. Some of these animals are even from Romulan space. Did he think I wouldn't notice?
Are you certain the animals are Romulan in origin?
It would take more tests to be certain. but they definitely came from Romulan space. It's not surprising. Aramet does a lot of trading along the neutral zone.
What will happen to this reptile?
I'm sure Constable Lixie will want to send it back, unless I can convince her to keep it here. A creature like that doesn't come by every day.
I believe the captain will want to pursue Idia and Aramut. Will this incident significantly delay completion of the preserve?
It'll be a little behind schedule, but I have a few suggestions to help them speed things up.
Then it is time we return to the Enterprise. Good. Beam us up.
Wir haben den Fall gelöst. Bin glücklich. Hab's geschafft. Aber er holt die jetzt die da raus? Holt die alte raus?
Captain's log supplemental. Our successful attempt to locate Dr. Hunforsh has uncovered another mystery. Apparently, the creature responsible for the chaos on Marassia may have come from Romulan space. We are currently searching for the Ferengi trader Aramut. Despite somewhat questionable trading practices, he has never violated Federation law. Until now.
Captain, Tabak asks to speak with you.
Captain, I heard about what happened on Marassia. That creature you discovered. It sounds exactly like a Verenak, a Garidian creature. Except the Verenak was exterminated long ago.
How could a Ferengi trader get hold of an extinct animal?
I have a theory. The followers brought many animals with them when they fled GER. It may be that this creature came from the followers' colony.
Das ist eine ziemlich gute Theorie.
So if we learn where he got the animal, we may learn where the fifth scroll is.
I think this is a promising lead to pursue.
Captain, we've found Aramut. Our Ferengi trader should be at Jaward 3.
Set a course for the Jaward system.
Machen Sie es so. Mit wie viel fliegen wir? 9,2, oh, das geht. Also wir haben das Rätsel gelöst. Fall abgeschlossen, jetzt müssen wir diesen Ferengi suchen.
Entering Federation Space.
Das klingt schon mal interessant, dass das vielleicht diese Kolonie oder Typ, das Fier hat. Dass das vielleicht der Ort der Schriftrolle sein
According to
könnte.
Aramut's flight plans, he should have arrived at Jaward 3.
Das ist schon mal interessant.
Mr. Data, report.
There is no ship in this vicinity. However, sensors are picking up subspace induction vortices headed for the Nygold system.
Set a course for the Nygold system. Engage.
Gehen wir halt weiter. Schön. 18 Lichtjahre da, das kriegen wir schnell um. Mit Warp 9,2. Wir beschädigen gerade den den Subraum sowas von. Ist aber auf jeden Fall wichtig. Kashi will das so. Kashi will, dass der Flug wichtig ist, deswegen fliegen wir so schnell. Weil ich bin Captain.
Captain, we are approaching Aramut's ship.
Oh, jetzt kommt wieder eine Entscheidungsfrage.
Scan the ship. I want to know if Idiot is on board.
His hull is lined with a neutronium alloy. Our sensors are unable to penetrate it.
Ah, klar. Wir wollen den Ferengi so oder so haben, also Traktorstrahl.
Mr. Worf, prepare a tractor beam. Helm, take us into range.
They have raised their shields.
Sir, we will be unable to use the tractor beam while their shields are raised. They are attempting to flee. At maximum speed, they will be out of range in 12 seconds.
Shields up, Mr. Worf. Lock phasers.
Lass dich nicht
Mr.
entkommen.
Worf, open a channel.
Aye, Captain.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise. You are in violation of Federation trade laws. If you do not surrender immediately, we will be forced to take action.
I am Aramat, an honest Ferengi trader. I am not a criminal. Why does the Federation persecute me?
Ja, die ernste Seite hat funktioniert. Bisschen ernst sein, so. Und hat auch so eine komische Animation.
You are wanted for smuggling. You will accompany us to the nearest starbase where you will be turned over to the proper authorities.
Accusations require proof, Captain. I do not think Starfleet Command would enjoy hearing how you bullied a defenseless trader, based only upon your suspicions.
Your last shipment to Marassia included several protected species banned from import under Federation law.
Nonsense. All of my animals are perfectly legal.
The animals listed in your records may have been legitimate, Aramat, but those weren't the ones you shipped. The restricted species were deliberately mistagged.
This is a terrible shock to me, Captain. My suppliers must have substituted the illegal animals to fill their orders. It is a sad thing when a supplier cheats an honest businessman like myself. I'm glad we could clear up this misunderstanding so quickly. If that is all, I'll be on my way.
Perhaps the Romulans would be interested to learn that several of the species you transported came from their space. I think I'll send them a report. You do know what Romulans do to smugglers, don't you?
Oh, ja, ich weiß, was Romulaner mit Schmugglern machen.
What lies are you spreading, human? I didn't take any Romulan species. They were from Frigis.
Well, if we're mistaken, I'm sure you can explain everything to the Romulans when they find you.
I am sure we can negotiate a deal, Captain Picard.
Typisch Ferengi.
The only thing I'm willing to negotiate is your surrender, as well as Idia's.
You can take Idia, but I can tell you much in exchange for my freedom. Perhaps you'd be interested in some unusual movements of the Romulan fleet.
Mr. Data, transmit the coordinates of the brig so that Aramat can beam Idia to his new quarters. All right, Aramat, you've got a deal.
Done then. It is a fair exchange. You may have Idia and my shipping records immediately. Now, for the information you have purchased. I hear reports from the other side of the neutral zone, not that I have ever been there, of course, about a massive refit of the Romulan fleet.
What kind of refit?
They've upgraded the warp coils and added secondary power cores to many warbirds. The weapons systems suffer, of course. It may even impair cloaking ability. But they could easily outlast any Federation vessel at maximum warp.
Beunruhigend.
It sounds as if the Romulans are in a race, one they want to win very badly.
Who can say what the Empire does or does not want? But a merchant always watches the spending habits of potential customers.
Machen die Romulaner das?
For example, there has been a sharp rise in the price of ancient Takan and Chodak relics in sectors near the neutral zone.
Interesting information, if it's true.
I would never cheat you, Captain. Now, this has been very entertaining, but I do have other customers.
Vertrauen wir mal dem Ferengi.
The Ferengi is moving away. Warp 5.
Let him go. We have what we came for.
Captain, the report on Aramut's shipment is in the computer. Apparently the animals which Dr. Forge thought were from Romulan space actually came from Shoniosho Epsilon 6.
I'll be sure to look at that report soon, Number 1.
There's more, Captain. We can check on those animals in the Federation morphology database. These creatures are definitely related to species from Garrett.
Ah.
Shanoishu Epsilon 6, or Frigis, as Aramut calls it, might just be our lost Garidian colony.
Be sure to alert our guests. Laying a course for Shonoisho Epsilon 6, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Sehr interessant. Ich frage mich jetzt wirklich, was haben die Regulaner vor? Ich meine, gut, wenn sie kaum kämpfen können, ist es praktischer für mich, aber... Warum? Klingt seltsam. Das werde ich mir im Hinterkopf behalten. Das klingt wirklich seltsam. Alter, wir haben schon ein bisschen Zeit auf dem Tacho. Mach mal hin, ne? Epsilon 5. Wir gehen mal hier in die Astronavigation. Wird zu langsam. Wir haben genug auf dem Tacho.
Warp engines unable to sustain current speed. Reducing speed to maximum warp.
Engage.
Dann müssen wir einfach schneller ankommen.
Entering nebula.
Ein bisschen viel schneller ankommen. Wir haben hier bald schon wieder 30 Minuten auf dem Tacho und das ist doch scheiße.
Space.
Ich bin neugierig, ich habe so viel Elan weiterzumachen.
Helm, standard orbit.
Standard orbit.
Captain's log supplemental. The Enterprise has arrived at the Shonoisho Epsilon system, where according to Aramut's data, we expected to find the world where the followers settled. However, our sensors show no Class M planets in the system at all.
Hand. So, damit war's das jetzt für heute, liebe Leute. Bis dann, euer Castellator. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Hat mir wieder großen Spaß gemacht. Bis dann. Lasst einen Kommi da, lasst ein Abo da, lasst ein Like da oder sonst irgendwas da. Danke, ciao und tschüss. Haut rein.